Welcome everyone. And today I'm going to guide you through a practice with lots of inner thigh and hamstring opening postures. So we'll get started in child's pose. Sitting down onto your heels, resting your belly to the top of your thighs and allowing your forehead to rest to the ground. Now if your forehead doesn't quite reach the floor here, feel free to stack your fists beneath the forehead, just giving your neck a little bit of added support. And feel free to either extend your arms fully forward or draw them back at your sides, however you're most comfortable. So our practice, our asana practice, is a balance between two components, effort and ease, sthira and sukha. So you want to create enough effort to sustain each posture without expending an unnecessary amount of energy, and at the same time enough ease in each pose to allow your body and the tissues to soften and to open. So in this very first posture, just find some ease. Let your entire body relax. Let your sitting bones rest fully to the heels. Let your chest rest completely toward the top of your thighs. And now create a little bit more effort surrounding the breath. Begin to deepen your inhalation. Prolong the exhalation. And now to initiate your Ujjayi breath, create a slight restriction in the back of your throat, allowing your breath to become audible. And now take a few moments here to fully arrive in your body, to settle into your breath. Forgetting about this morning's events, this afternoon's plans, your awareness rests purely in this present moment. Now staying entirely focused on your breath, from here rise onto all fours, come up onto your hands and knees. Moving through a few rounds of cat-cow. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the heart. And as you exhale, scoop the tailbone under, hollow the belly inward, chin to chest. Again, inhale, the belly drops, the tailbone and the heart lift. As you exhale, scoop the tailbone under. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the heart. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, chin to chest. Hold it here this time. Straighten the arms. Imagine that you're pressing the floor away from you through your palms. Feel the center of your back reach up toward the ceiling. Create more of a separation between the shoulder blades. And now drawing your spine back into a neutral position. Flowing from here into your first downward dog. Tuck your toes under, float your hips toward the ceiling, and begin to bend one knee into the next, pedaling the heels up and down. Now gradually begin to lengthen through both legs. Shifting your weight to your left foot, lift the right leg high behind you. Bend your knee, allow your heel to roll over your left hip. And now straighten the leg back out behind you and take a big step forward between your hands, making sure the ankle is directly beneath the knee. Moving into a side lunge from here, place your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Drop the left heel, and now pivot on your right heel, turning that right foot to face the left-hand side of your mat. Right knee is deeply bent, left leg nice and straight. Keeping the hips relatively high here, so the right sitting bone at about knee level. Lots of length through your extended leg. Now slowly switching sides, straightening the right leg. Walking your fingertips over towards your left foot. Lots of length through the right leg. Now transitioning to a lunge facing the back of your mat. Left foot turns toward the back of your mat. Pop up onto the ball of the right foot and reposition your hands on either side of that left foot. And then from here, step back into a three-legged dog, this time with the left leg reaching back. Bend the knee and let the heel roll over your right hip. Extend the leg back out behind you. Step your left foot forward. Again, ankle beneath the knee. Coming back now in the opposite direction. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Drop your right heel. Pivot on the left heel to return to that side lunge. Left knee bent, right leg straight. Perhaps a little more depth to your side lunge. And now slowly easing your way over to the other side, straightening the left leg, bending into the right knee. And now coming full circle to face the top of your mat. Right foot turns forward, pop up onto the ball of the left foot. Step your left foot forward now to join the right. Inhale, lift your heart. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to rise all the way up, arms overhead. As you exhale, palms to heart. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands down, chest lifts. Palms to the floor, step back into upper plank. Drop the knees if you need to, lower with control. Hover if you can. Point the toes, either rising into little cobra with soft elbows or straight arms, upward dog. Exhale, lift the hips, roll over the toes. Downward dog for 5 full breaths. Take one more deep belly breath in, and at the bottom of your next breath, gaze forward to step, walk, or hop your feet between your hands. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, arms overhead. As you exhale, palms to heart. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, fold deeply over your thighs. Inhale, chest lifts. Palms to the floor, step or hop into high plank. As you exhale, lower. Inhale to rise upward. Exhale, lift the hips, roll over the toes for another 5 audible breaths in downward dog. As always, child's pose is an option here if you need to take a break. Take one more big breath in. At the bottom of your next breath, gaze forward to step, walk, or hop between your hands. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, arms overhead. As you exhale, palms to heart. One more of the same. Inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, bow deeply over your thighs. Inhale, chest lifts. Palms to the floor, step or hop into high plank. Continue with the rhythm of your own breath. We'll all meet in downward dog. Drinking the air into the very depths of your lungs. Fully emptying the lungs with each exhalation. Take one more big breath in, and at the bottom of your next breath, gaze forward to step, walk, or hop your feet between your hands. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, arms overhead. As you exhale, palms to heart. This is where it changes. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands down, chest lifts. Palms to the floor, step or hop into high plank. Squeeze the elbows in as you lower. Inhale to rise upward. Exhale, back into downward dog. Now at the bottom of your next breath, step the right foot forward. Drop the left heel, and now sweep your arms into warrior one. Now build this posture from the foundation upward, ground into the soles of the feet. Sink deeply into your right knee. Create more length through your back leg. And now only lift your gaze if it's comfortable for your neck. So lots of stira, lots of strength here through the legs, but find an element of sukha, of softness through the tops of the shoulders. Take one more big breath in, draw your head to center, straighten your right leg, and take a long reach forward into pyramid pose, hands to shin, ankle, or perhaps to the floor on either side of your foot. Allow your gaze to shift forward towards your big toe. Feel the shoulders slide back toward the hips, feeling a little bit of an element of upward dog through the spine. And now, in effort to square off your hips, tuck the right sitting bone back slightly. Now flowing back and forth between these two postures. Inhale, bend the right knee, sweep the arms overhead, warrior one. As you exhale, straighten the right leg, tip back into pyramid. Again, inhale, bend the right knee, warrior one. Exhale, right leg straightens, back into pyramid. Inhale, bend the right knee, warrior one. This time, draw your hands to your heart. Straighten your right leg. Pivot on the heel to face the long edge of your mat. Back into your side lunge, bending the left knee, fingertips to the floor in front of your toes. Right leg straight. Now flowing back and forth between warrior one and this side lunge. Inhale, the left leg straightens, right foot turns forward, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Straighten the right leg, pivot on the heel, back into your side lunge again. Again, inhale, left leg straightens, right foot turns forward, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart, straighten the right leg, pivot on the heel, hold it here in your side lunge. This time with the option of taking it a step or two further, perhaps holding it here high in the hips, perhaps dropping that left sitting bone all the way down toward the left heel so that you can pop up onto that right heel. Wedge your left shoulder to your left inner thigh so you're nudging the knee out to the side. Either hold it here with your palms to the ground. You can draw your hands to your heart. You might even take the bind, wrapping the left arm around the front of the left shin. Right arm reaches behind your back to catch your hands. If you're bound, gazing over your right shoulder, breathing fully into the twist. Now, if you're bound, release the bind, draw your palms back together. If your hands are to your heart, place your fingertips back to the floor. Now back to our lunge, facing the back of your mat, turning the left foot toward the back of your mat. Pop up onto the ball of the right foot. Shifting forward into half moon, slide your left hand forward slightly, right hand to your right hip. Now shifting your weight to your left hand and your left foot, send the right leg out behind you to hip level, flexing the foot in toward the knee. Either hold it here, hand to hip, or perhaps that right arm reaches toward the ceiling. Perhaps your gaze shifts toward your higher hand. If you've chosen to raise that right arm, place the right hand to the floor to join the left. Soften into the left knee, take a big step back, upper plank. As you exhale, lower. Inhale to rise upward, and exhale back into downward dog. At the bottom of your next breath, left foot forward. Repeating that same sequence on the opposite side. Drop the right heel, warrior one, arms overhead. Again, with the option of lifting your gaze. Imagine that you're trying to lift the inner arch of your back foot from the ground. Take one more big breath in, head to center, straighten the left leg, and float back into pyramid pose with a lengthy spine. Gazing towards your big toe, tucking that left sitting bone back slightly to square off the hips. Sliding the shoulders back toward the hips. And now flowing back and forth. Inhale, bend the left knee, arms up, warrior one. Exhale, straighten the left leg, back into pyramid. Inhale, bend the left knee, Back into warrior one. Exhale, left leg straightens. Back into pyramid. Inhale, bend the left knee. Warrior one. Draw your hands to your heart. Straighten the left leg. Pivot on the heel to face the long edge of your mat. Bend the right knee this time back into your side lunge. Back and forth. Straighten the right leg, left foot toward the back of your mat. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Straighten the leg. Pivot on the heel. Side lunge. Once more, inhale, right leg straightens, left foot turns to the back of your mat, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart, straighten the left leg, pivot on the heel, and hold it here. Take whichever variation you took on the opposite side, perhaps dropping that right sitting bone to the heel so you can pop up onto the left heel. Press your right shoulder to your right inner thigh. Either hold it, palms to the floor, hands to heart. Perhaps take the bind, wrapping that right arm around the front of your shin. Left arm reaches behind your back to catch your hands. Nice and long through the extended leg. Feel your spine lengthen into the twist if you've chosen to take the bind. Now if you're bound, release the bind, hands to heart. If your palms are together, fingertips back to the floor. Now back into our original lunge to face the top of the mat. Right foot turns forward, pop up onto the ball of the back foot. Transitioning back into half moon, slide your right hand forward slightly. Left hand to left hip. Send the left leg out behind you to hip level. Flex the foot in toward the knee. Perhaps the left arm reaches toward the ceiling. Perhaps your gaze follows. And if you've chosen to raise that left arm, place your hand back to the floor. And now step the left foot forward to join the right, feet hip width apart. Straighten your legs. Allow your hands to rest to either shins, ankles, or around the big toes if you can reach. Keeping your hands where they are as you inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Let your neck relax. Keep your weight forward toward the balls of your feet. And now feel your neck grow a little bit longer as you slide the shoulders up toward the hips. Keeping your hands where they are, inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead. As you exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Release your arms to your sides. And now in preparation for tree pose, shifting your weight to your left foot, draw the right foot to the inner calf below the knee or the inner thigh above the knee. Hands to heart. Take a moment, find your drishti, find your balance. And whenever you're ready, reach into the arms, separate the palms and allow the shoulders to relax. Draw the belly inward, feel that subtle activation of your core in each posture. Take one more big breath in. As you exhale, draw your hands to your heart. Place your hands to your hips. And as you release your right foot, extend that leg forward, let it float. And lower your foot to the ground. Release your arms. Switching sides, shifting your weight to your right foot. Position the left foot however you did on the opposite side, creating symmetry in the body. Hands to heart. Whenever you're ready, extending the arms, separating the palms. Steady, audible breath. Take one more big breath in as you exhale, palms to heart, hands to hips. Release the left foot, extend that left leg forward, let it float. and lower your foot to the floor. Release the arms. As you inhale, extend the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Hands down, heart lifts, palms to the floor. Just step back into downward dog this time. And now dropping your knees to the floor, cross your ankles behind you, sit back, roll over your ankles into a seated cross-legged position. And now extend the legs fully forward. Walk your sitting bones a little further apart, flex the feet in toward the knees, and now preparing to fold forward. As you inhale, raise your arms. As you exhale, fold over your thighs. Hands to shins, ankles, perhaps catching your big toes. Now to recreate that length through your spine, as you inhale, lift your heart, hinge forward from the hips, keeping space between the chin and the chest, keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. And now adding a little bit of a twist to this forward fold. The left hand reaches for the outside of the right calf, ankle, or perhaps the outside of the foot. Extend your right arm toward the back of your mat, shifting your gaze over your shoulder. So the left shoulder drops as that right arm reaches back. Take bigger breaths into the twist. Now release your left hand, place your right hand to the floor behind your right hip. Lie down onto your right side. Slide your right arm along your mat, bend at the elbow, and now support your head with your hand. Now moving into a side-lying tree pose, bend your left knee and position the sole of that left foot right behind your right thigh. Place your left hand back to the floor in front of your belly, and now anchoring into the sole of that left foot, press the left knee out behind you as you draw the hip a little further forward. So you're really deepening that rotation through the hip. Transitioning from here into Vishnu's couch, hug your left knee to your chest. Wrap your arm around the shin. Take a few moments here, find your balance. And now catch your big toe with your left hand, extending that leg fully toward the ceiling. So if you're having difficulty straightening that leg with the toe in hand, catch the calf or the ankle as an alternative. Gently draw that left hip forward as the sole of the left foot extends toward the ceiling. So this is the posture that Lord Vishnu assumed as he was conjuring up his image of the universe. Take one more big breath in, and now keeping your toe or your leg in hand, gently roll over onto your back. Place your right hand to the top of your thigh. You might need to swap your toe here to catch the ankle or the shin in order to keep that leg straight. And really lengthen through the leg on the ground here as well. Flex that right foot in toward the knee. Draw the left leg in as closely as you can towards your chest. A nice deep stretch through the hamstrings. Now extend your right arm all the way out to the side, palm down. Turning your gaze over your right shoulder, lower your left foot all the way down to your right thumb, all the way over. And then from here, gently roll onto your belly to face the back of your mat. Prop yourself up onto your forearms as you would in Sphinx pose, elbows beneath the shoulders, parallel forearms. So ideally here you want right angles between your inner thighs. Nice and long through both legs. So bringing the stretch now into those deep hip flexors on the right side. You have the option of either holding it here. For a deeper stretch, you can slide your hands back beneath the shoulders to straighten the arms partially, or perhaps to straighten the arms fully as you would in an upward dog. Your heart reaches forward, shoulders roll back, and the hips just melt toward the floor, bringing the stretch really deeply into those psoas muscles on the right side. Nice gentle arch through the spine. Take one more big breath in, and if you've chosen to straighten the arms here, soften into the elbows and lower back down onto the forearms. Now bend your left knee, extend the left leg out behind you to join the right. Reposition your hands beneath the shoulders, rise onto all fours, and sit back into child's pose, back to where we began. Rising back onto all fours, cross your ankles behind you, return to your seated cross-legged position, extend the legs forward. Back into our forward fold. As you inhale, raise your arms, and exhale, fold forward. Now switching sides. This time the right hand reaches for the outside of the left calf or the outside of the left foot. The left arm extends back. Your gaze follows. Right shoulder drops as you reach back through that left arm. Now back into your side lying tree. Releasing your right hand, place your left hand behind your left hip and ease your way down onto your left side. Sliding your arm along your mat and then bending at the elbow again to support your head with your hand. Now bend the right knee to place the sole of your right foot behind your left thigh. Right hand to the floor in front of your belly for support. Again, really pressing into that right foot to draw the right knee out behind you a little further. Shifting the right hip forward to keep your hips square. And now in preparation for Vishnu's couch, draw your right knee to your chest, wrap your arm around your shin and give your knee a nice tight squeeze. Take hold of the big toe with your right hand and begin to extend that leg straight up toward the ceiling. Again, catching the ankle or the calf as an alternative if you're having difficulty straightening the leg while holding onto the toe. And then keeping hold of the toe, the ankle, or the calf, gently roll onto your back. Placing your left hand to the top of your thigh, reaching into the left heel, keeping that right leg straight, drawing the leg in as closely as you can towards your belly and your chest. Now extend your left arm to the side, palm down. Turn your gaze over your left shoulder and slowly lower the big toe on the right foot all the way over to your left thumb. Roll onto your belly, back into that Sphinx-like position. Parallel forearms, elbows beneath the shoulders. So same options on this side, perhaps holding it here. Imagining that you're drawing your chest forward between the upper arms. Perhaps positioning the hands a little further back beneath the shoulders to partially or to fully straighten both arms. A nice deep stretch through those psoas muscles on the left side. So really reaching long through both legs. Rolling the shoulders back toward the hips. If you've chosen to straighten both of the arms, soften into the elbows, lower back down onto your forearms. And now bend your right knee, extend the right leg out behind you to join the left. And then moving into crocodile pose from here, extend the arms forward and rest your forehead all the way to the ground. Feel your chest and your belly rise and fall from your mat with your breath. And now gently roll onto your back. And then once you've rolled over, give your knees a nice tight squeeze to your chest. Rock from side to side. Finishing up with knee down twist. Keeping hold of your right knee, straighten your left leg down onto your mat. Extend the right arm to the side, palm down. Turning your gaze to the right, guide your knee to the left, just as far as the hip and the lower back will allow. And just a little bit more effort to your breath as you breathe into the twist. Draw your head to center, guide the right knee back, and give both knees another hug. Switching sides, keeping hold of the left knee, straighten your right leg down onto your mat. Reach the left arm to the side, palm down. And now turning your gaze to the left, guide the knee to the right. And now drawing your head back to center, guide the left knee back. Give both knees one last hug. And now release your shins, lower your feet to the floor. Extend your legs fully down onto your mat for our final posture. Allowing your arms to rest fully at your sides. Allowing the hips, the thighs, the buttocks to relax so fully that your feet just fall open to the sides. Now take a full breath in through the nose and an audible sigh out of the mouth. Once more, a big breath in through the nose, empty through the mouth. And now bring your attention back to your breath as it returns to its natural, relaxed rhythm. Imagine your breath extending beyond the limitations of your lungs, delivering fresh oxygen, nutrients, prana to every single cell in your being. Continue to bathe your body in your breath, simply shifting your attention back to the flow of your breath each time you're distracted by a thought. Now, keeping your eyes closed, slowly begin to resurface. Feel the slightest movement arise through your fingers and toes. Extend your arms out overhead for a full body stretch. Reach from end to end. Bend your knees, draw your feet to the floor, and now roll softly to your right side, all the way onto your right shoulder and to your upper right arm. And now ease your way from here to a seated cross-legged position. Drawing your palms to your heart, opening your eyes to each other. Namaste. Well, thank you for joining. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you're enjoying my classes, please subscribe. And I've recently added a little PayPal button to the top right-hand corner on my YouTube page where you can donate if you'd like to. Thank you.